Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Talk. I'm your host, stepping in for our fearless leader, Dr. Engel, who's on the road this week. I'm Drew Watson, Director of Athletics here at Southeastern University. It's been another exciting week across Fire Nation and an exciting day. We'll get to that in a moment, and we've got a great show lined up for you today. I'm joined once again by Josh Fisher, our Assistant AD for Athletic Communications, back for a second straight week. Josh, good to have you holding down that co-host spot again.
Yeah, thanks. It's starting to feel like I'm a regular around here. Maybe we'll have to have a contract discussion after the show.
Don't call us. We'll call you on that. And joining us this week is someone who is a big part of everything we do in SU Athletics, our Athletics Pastor Curtis Gulledge. Curtis, welcome back to Fire Talk.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here. Josh, as you do your contract?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, all right. Hook me up, too.
We're in this together.
Put me something in there. All right.
All right, I'll make sure I don't pay you.
And that's the problem. Let's talk about it. And that's why I'm here on Fire Talk.
Your salary comes from a whole different budget line, so that's not me.
You know, I do 2 jobs. I'm in 2 different departments. I should get 2 different paychecks.
I like how this man thinks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not in the script.
No, it's not, but we should talk about it.
Okay, so before we get to other stuff, we've got something big happened this morning.
Yes.
Women's soccer
Yes, sir.
upset Keiser, number 1 in the nation.
Yeah, they did.
At Keiser.
Come on.
3-2.
What a game.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
just as big as it gets, go down, be the top-ranked team in the country. Like, they've been building for this, even bounced back. They had that tough loss to Flomo, and they've just turned it around since then. And then this just kind of caps where they're headed for sure.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. But also, I just love that team so much. You can tell that they love each other. They play well. They have great chemistry. And they were hitting on all cylinders today. So it was a great match to watch.
Yeah, exactly. That you could feel it from the start, the energy, the composure, the confidence. They beat SCAD. That also on the road. And so that has to give you some confidence. They were not just looking, hoping to compete. Hey, we're just glad to be here. Mm-hmm. They came to win, got it done with these goals, and we're going to show all 3.
Okay.
3-2 final. Here's all 3 in order. Josh, you want to talk us through these?
Yeah, this first one off the corner ends up on the foot of Ramsey Watkins.
Back post for the Fire.
You just see Keiser had already scored on a corner as well, so
Bad clear there by there.
for sure. Just a great ball.
Great touch. Great touch.
Great shot. I mean, all 3 goals today were different and unique and still special. So,
Yeah.
just for there, you get the second one here. Olivia Haddad had come in off the bench. Right, they play this ball forward. You can see again the teamwork, the nice run, and then here a little bit of luck goes our way. Right, the deflection bounces in the right spot, and then just another great strike. Just
It looked like it was deflected a little bit, too.
yeah. So just a great strike.
One thing you're seeing right now is we're putting together passes.
And then here we go, late in the game, just ball over the top. And Madeline, who did this so many times last year,
And it goes in.
now has help
Great
and
chip.
just a chip.
Wow. Look at that energy.
And look how happy they are. Like just an exciting day. It's fun to go down. We talked about number 1 team, and just what a great day.
Unbelievable stuff. That's the kind of win that defines a season and maybe even shifts a conference race. Now they've got 1 loss in conference. We got 1 loss in conference. We win out. We're co-champs at least.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because of the head-to-head, we're hosting.
That sounds great to me. Let's make that happen.
Yeah. It's awesome. And the best part is I feel like you see how much it meant to them afterwards. Keiser came down here and they beat us. So to go there to their house and to beat them, I'm sure it just felt amazing to those girls.
And we'll get to this later a little bit to talk about what you do. All right, but to have you in the hallway a few minutes ago on FaceTime with the girls and they're all celebrating and it's just amazing. And that is why we love college sports. And
100%.
So congratulations to women's soccer. We do have a brand new full-time assistant coach in Brendan Wheeler. It was his first day today on the job.
Wow,
so
let's
nothing
go.
like that kind of first day.
Yeah.
So,
Celebrated for him in the biggest way you can, right?
yeah, congrats to Brendan on the job, and
awesome.
looking forward to a great future. All right, let's keep it rolling because that's just the continuation of what was another strong week across Fire Nation and an incredible Saturday. You could feel from the start of the day, energy, confidence, a lot of pride coming out in every SU team in action.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those days where you wake up and just know it was going to be a good one. And from the morning meets to the night lights, all of our teams really showed up.
I mean, my phone just kept going off of, hey, this team won. It was awesome. Just an amazing day, like you said, to be a part of the Fire Nation.
Well, it started early with cross country at the Sand Shark Invitational. That's up in South Carolina, North Georgia, South Carolina, southern South Carolina. The men's team took first place out of 13 programs, a dominant pack performance. And the women's team wasn't far behind, finishing second overall, but as the top NAIA program in the entire field.
And it was a good, strong showing. Lots of NCAA teams, NAIA teams kind of mixed together. To see both teams at the top, just a great sign as they build towards that Sun Conference tournament and hopefully an NAIA appearance.
Yeah, then later in the morning, women's soccer got things rolling at home, putting together a 7-2 win. 7-2 win over Weber International. That came right after their ranked road win at number 11, NAIA number 11, SCAD, earlier in that week. 9 goals in 4 days.
Yeah, and that team is just on a tear. I mean, we saw it again today. They're finishing chances. They're playing with confidence. They're trusting each other. They're trusting their coaches. And so it's awesome to watch women's soccer right now.
Yeah, I mean, when you saw them here against Keiser, you're sitting there watching the game and going, they just can't put 2 passes together.
No.
But it's a completely different team. That's 180. So.
And even that game, the second half was different than the first half.
Yeah.
And it almost felt like what they learned in the second half kind of maybe carried into this morning.
I agree.
Yeah, and you have to look at last year's results weren't great. Didn't have a great season, and I think it takes a little bit to kind of shake off last year mentally and with your approach, and learn a new coach's system and get on with it. And they certainly seem to be doing that. So they're just really fun to watch. So right after that, men's soccer hit the field and turned in a 3-0 shutout at Weber. Coach Gerritson's Cranes group bounced back from a strong after a tough Thursday loss. Really composed, connected performance on Saturday.
Yeah, it was good to see. I think they were probably disappointed in how Thursday went. So to go down on Saturday and get the clean sheet, get the victory, and come home with a win, that's kind of how you want to see, and that's a good road win, and it's a nice turnaround for the way that week went for them.
Yeah, and to cap the day, Fire football put on a show at Victory Field. I think we almost ran out of fuel in the flames on the scoreboard. 69-0 over Thomas University, second most points in program history, and their first shutout since last October.
Man, and what is so awesome about that for me is the young guys got to play. The young guys got to get out there, feel what a game feels like, and to have that energy and have success. Then it encourages them to even practice harder, which then prepares our starters to play harder in other games and whatnot. So it was awesome. Technically, is that like a Saturday sweep?
I mean, cross country beat every NAIA team in the field, right? So
see, that's where it wasn't a Saturday sweep because we didn't win on the women's side, but we were the top NAIA.
Yeah.
So
I'm claiming it. So I'm taking it.
It's unofficial. The judges went to the judges. The judges said it's not an official Saturday sweep, so it was not named such. But if Josh claims it,
I'm taking it.
He's the athletic communications director. So.
You and I both do it.
That's right.
All right, so don't forget. Volleyball set the tone Friday, before that big day on Saturday with a 3-0 sweep at Florida Memorial. And golf opened this week in Jupiter. Women second, men fourth. Even esports added a 2-0 Madden win over Glenville State.
Everywhere you looked, Fire teams were representing, and I love that because that's the kind of weekend that builds momentum in our department. So shout out to all those Fire sports.
Exactly, and now that the momentum rolls right into another big week ahead, and there's no slowing down for the Fire. This week brings more marquee matchups, home energy, and a first look at one of our winter squads.
Yeah, I mean, and tonight, it all starts tonight, a fun one. New College comes to town inside the Furnace to take on the volleyball team, and it's their annual Pink Night. New College is one of the teams that has gotten us this year, so they're going to bounce back and get that. But it's a great night to come out, support the team in pink, and it's what they're all about.
Yeah, and it's also a meaningful
Curtis,
night.
Excuse me, will you be wearing pink tonight?
I will be wearing pink tonight. I will.
Okay.
It's a meaningful thing to me. So my mother had breast cancer, and I believe 11 years cancer free. And so this is more. It's more than
awesome.
a game. Seeing people wear pink, I remember what we went through and the troubles, the trials, but also the victories. And so it's going to be special tonight. I'm excited.
And right after that, head outside to the SEU soccer field where men's soccer hosts number 9 Keiser University under the lights at 7 p.m. Big Sun Conference matchup. It's going to be a great test for Coach Crane's squad. Keiser always brings intensity, and SU's been playing some of its best soccer of the season heading into this one.
Then Saturday, it's another full day Fire action as men's soccer travels to New College for a 1 p.m. kickoff, and volleyball is on the road at Ave Maria for a 2 p.m. match.
And then obviously Fire football, now up to 17 in the latest poll, heads down to Babson Park. Little rivalry with Weber International, kickoff at 1:30. Good crowd expected, and we hope to see the boys show out.
Yeah, this one's been a classic for years. And to close it all out, we finally get to see Fire Wrestling back
My
in
first
action.
time. I can't wait.
7 p.m. in the Fire Pit with the annual Red versus Black Duels, the first look at the 25-26 squad. And you've never been in a school with wrestling, is that correct?
I've never been to a wrestling meet my entire life
Okay.
at any level.
My gosh.
So I am counting down the minutes for this one.
It is so much fun. I mean, the room is so impactful. The speakers, the music and everything, but then the fans are awesome and they're into it. And so it's going to be rowdy. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. But also we get the chance to see some new guys, new faces, and see, hey, what can they do? What do they bring to this team? And so I'm excited for Fire Wrestling and Coach Patrick.
Yeah, couldn't ask for more this week. Big moments, big matchups. A lot to be proud of. Before we move on, we want to thank one of our proud partners of SU Athletics, Peterson & Myers, PA.
Yeah, they've been incredible sponsors of SU Athletics, and what stands out is how they approach their work the same way we approach ours, with accessibility, innovation, and care for the community.
Exactly. They're not just about great legal service. They're invested right here in Polk County, supporting the same students and families that fill out our stands.
Peterson & Myers takes pride in the accessibility of their experienced attorneys and in their thoughtful, innovative way they solve problems for their clients. They're deeply connected to our community, and we're proud to call them an official partner of Fire Athletics.
Yes.
All right, normally at this point in the show, we bring in a guest, right, Josh?
That's what we do.
A coach, student athlete, but this week, Curtis.
Yeah.
You're our guest, already here, situated at the table.
Yeah.
Would love for you to start by sharing a bit of your story. How did your journey of faith and leadership lead you here to Southeastern to becoming athletics pastor? So you were a student.
Wow. Yeah, I was.
Maybe we tell the story here, maybe we don't. But you're a Fire football student athlete.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get here, and how does that lead into what you're doing right now?
Yeah, so I grew up in a church. I was raised in church. I was what you call a pew baby because if the church lights was on, I was there.
Yeah.
But I always tell people I didn't grow in my relationship with the Lord until I got to Southeastern. I was just going through the motions of church and because it was what we were supposed to do. And so coming to Southeastern helped me build my own relationship with the Lord. And I felt this pull to go into ministry. And I was like, I don't want to be a pastor, God. Like, my dad was a worship leader, and I just saw things. I was just like, yeah, I'm good. And I remember the Lord telling me, he said, hey, it doesn't have to be like that for you. It's going to be different. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, God, whatever you want to do. And it just started from mentoring and answering questions and having conversations with some of my teammates, which then became my position group, which then became the entire football team. And I was blessed to get a graduate position with the Office of the President while still just serving athletes. And it wasn't my job. It wasn't what I was supposed to do, but it's just something that I love to do and help athletes build their relationship with the Lord. And so fast forward, I'm doing this, and they're like, hey, do you want to get paid for this? Like, this can be your job. Yeah. And so I've stepped into it, and I've been doing it for 4 years now, and I love it. I tell athletes all the time that your sport is what you do. It's not who you are. Yep. And I believe that God can use your sport to help build his community. And so, that's my job, to build relationship with athletes and help them build their relationship with the Lord.
That's awesome. Well, this year, the university's word of the year is unleash.
Yeah.
We've talked about it across campus. I'd love to hear what it means to you.
For me, when I think of the word unleash, I see a lock breaking, or I see chains breaking. And I feel like there's so much that God puts into all of us when it comes to our stories and the things that we've been through. And he can use that to bless so many people. And I feel like the word unleash is just like break loose, unleash that, allow people to hear your story, allow people to get to know you. And sometimes that comes with being vulnerable and sharing like what God has done for you, because then it blesses other people to become the best version of themselves. And so unleash, I just feel like it means let it all out. Let out the good, let out the bad, because God can use it to bless somebody. I mean, we talked earlier about how Romans 8:28, God uses everything for the good of them that loves him. So I think, that's what unleash means to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I've often thought, like, my next question is not on the script.
Okay,
but,
I love that.
But we're going to talk about something that you and I are very familiar with, and I've thought maybe at times it would be good for you and I to do this in front of student athletes. Maybe Josh moderates it, but
okay.
So when you were a student athlete, right, we all at the age of a student athlete made bad decisions.
Yes.
Right? You made a decision.
I did.
The night after we won a championship in football. It was Halloween.
Oh, come on. Tell a story.
It was Halloween, right?
Yep.
And there was a party that night.
Yes, it was.
Okay? And to make a long story short, Well, why don't you make the story short for us?
Okay. I went to the party. I had a great time at the party.
Yeah.
But there were drugs and alcohol at the party, and that is not a part of the code of conduct for Southeastern
Which you were
University.
not participating in, correct?
No, I didn't drink. I didn't smoke anything. I just went and had a great time. We won. We beat Weber for our first conference championship.
At Weber. Yeah.
I'm excited. And so, I went and I had a great time, and I don't regret it because, one, I didn't do any of those things.
Yeah.
But two, out of that is where me and you built a strong relationship where I had an opportunity to man up and own it, or I could just deny it and be average. Yeah. And so in that moment, I said, hey, this is what I did. And I take responsibility. And me and you, we've grown in an amazing relationship in that. And what it taught me is even when you make a mistake, God can still redeem it. And so I go from a football player who got suspended from Southeastern, which my mother doesn't know that. So, Mom, I got suspended for 3 days. I stayed at a friend's house. They said, you got to go home. I said, I'm not going home. That is what I'm not going to do. But yeah, got suspended. But at the same time, I also worked in the office of the president, and now I get to serve as the athletic pastor here at Southeastern. Yeah. Like, no, God is amazing, and he used that story. And I tell athletes all the time, yeah, that's what I did. But at the same time, it's not who I am.
Well, and here's two details of that story that I love. Number one, if you had smoked and drank that night or done drugs, it's the same result. Mm-hmm. Like you can it doesn't matter if you did or not. Now, you were mad because you were there and weren't doing it and got in trouble.
Yes. Okay. And I was the shortest person. There was a lot of 6, 7 people that did not get in trouble, but that's okay. That's okay.
What does that have to do with it?
How did you see me? I'm 5'8" on a good day.
Okay, so the second part of the question, and I think you unintentionally skipped over a part of it.
Yeah.
Early in that process, you didn't own it.
No, not at all.
No, you guys decided, like, here's the story. We're going to stick to it.
It wasn't a good story.
So what? And here's the thing, and I think this is really critical for athletes today.
Yeah.
Because I get up in front of that discipline thing. We're talking about drug testing, and here's what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
And I say all the time, like, own your junk.
Yeah.
Like, we're here to walk beside you.
Yep.
And I don't think anyone that's sitting there believes me.
Yeah.
But you're sitting here, and we have a great relationship in part because of that situation.
Yeah.
So as a student athlete who decided not to own his junk, and then eventually did later in the story, how would you advise a current student athlete in that position today?
Just own it off the rip. Because here's the thing. If they're asking you questions, they already know the truth.
Yeah.
You know? And so the consequences are going to be the consequences regardless. And then the other thing, my parents didn't raise me to be that type of man.
Yeah.
My great-grandmother used to say there's 2 types of people in the world that she cannot stand, and it's liars and thieves because you can't trust them. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, if I want trust, if I want people to trust me, I got to be honest. Yeah. And it's just take, as the youth would say, you just take it to the chin. I did it. I own it. And but yeah, I eventually got to that point because it's like, all right, what type of man do I want to be? What type of person? What type of legacy do I want to leave? And also, the story wasn't good, so we were going to get the story wasn't lining up. It's like, oh, no, we went to McDonald's. All right, where's our credit cards? Where's the receipts? Oh, we use cash. Okay, this is just, it wasn't adding up. So, but yeah, for me, I was just like, it's also just not the type of man I want to be.
You know, the other thing I say to athletes when they're in the office for discipline, something or other, I say, like, right before they leave, like, hey, when I see you on El Prado, I'm not going to be thinking about what you did.
Yep.
I'm just going to say hello. Like, don't duck into the mailroom because you see me coming.
People hear you say that, and they don't believe you because I didn't believe you.
Yeah.
But you never brought that up again until I did.
Yeah.
You know, and then we had a conversation, and it's been amazing. Like, the only time we talk about it now is to help somebody else. Like, no, he actually means it. He's not going to bring it up. He's not going to condemn you. Like, you know, you have no heaven or hell to put somebody in.
And that may be something we want to share with the athletes at some point. Just
I think it'll be good.
Sit up front and talk about it.
Yeah,
so,
I think it'll be good.
Thanks for sharing about that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I
ahead.
just got one I got for you just because I'm curious. I've been here a couple months, and it's evident from the minute I got here the first time I met you that you pour everything into what you do.
Yeah.
In our teams and everything. And you have a connection with all of our teams. And so when you look across campus now and you see what's going on, what excites you about this place?
The growth. I think because I've been here since 2014, I've been able to see the growth. obviously baseball and softball were already here, women's soccer and whatnot, but when football got here, other sports got here, and the growth is exciting, but I also think the spiritual hunger is at a different level.
Yeah, that's true.
I have not seen athletes here at Southeastern so hungry to not just go to chapel, but to have a relationship with the Lord, and also to try to get involved, and not just involved with just athletes, but involved with traditional students, and even traditional students like, hey, how can we serve athletes? Like, that is exciting to me, because for so long I felt like I was the only one that cared.
Yeah.
But now I'm here with so many other people, and I'm like, no, we care too. We just didn't know. What can we do? How can we help? And so it's exciting, because it's not like I'm in this race by myself. There are so many people that support it. Our campus pastor, Pastor Jonathan, he loves athletics. Like, it's Disney. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Jesus, his wife, Disney, Orlando Magic.
Okay,
that's true.
I almost got that order
Absolutely.
wrong. But he loves basketball, but he loves all of our athletes. And so we have conversations all the time about, hey, how are our athletes? And sometimes our athletes don't get to see him because there is so much that he's doing. But I want every athlete to know that he's always tuned in. He's always locked in. He knows what's going on in athletics, not just because I'm telling him, because he's looking on his phone too.
That's good. Well, I mean, you have such a great connection with our athletes.
Thank you.
And that takes work.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes intentionality, and students know if you care or don't care.
Yes.
Students know when you're being fake.
Yes, sir.
And there's not a fake bone in your body. So I really appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
You mentioned 2014. That was your freshman year.
Yes, sir.
I believe there's a picture somewhere on campus of you at I'm not going to say. It's because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, if anyone listening can find the picture that I'm talking about, where Curtis is in a crowd of people going nuts, and take a picture of it, the first person to send it to Curtis will get the piece of Adidas gear of their choice.
Ooh,
look at that.
Okay,
that is
so
nice.
a pair of shoes, a hoodie, whatever they want.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Do you have a specific picture in mind? Because I have one in mind.
I do.
Okay. All right. We'll see if we got the same picture.
Is it on the north side of campus, mid, south?
They moved it. So it was above portico, but now it's in a classroom.
Oh, you want to give that hint? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think
that gives a little. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So first person to text the picture of that picture to Curtis.
Yeah.
He looks a lot younger in that picture. Will win a piece of Adidas gear.
That's
okay?
awesome. Man, that's really nice.
So keep us posted.
Real quick, you talked about how important I am. Can we talk about that second salary? Or we can talk about it offline. Never mind. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, offline. I got you some shoes a few weeks ago.
True. That's true.
Every little bit helps at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's our show. You know,
Awesome.
and so Josh, thanks for being back this week. Always great having you on the show.
Yeah, I really wouldn't miss it. It's been another great week. Happy to be here and talk about it.
And everyone who's watching or listening, don't forget you can find all home events, schedules, and tickets at info@sufire.com. Come out, wear red, make some noise as we head into another exciting week.
And whether it's pink night, soccer under the lights, or wrestling in the fire pit, come be a part of it.
Said very enthusiastically. I like that.
I try.
Yeah, that's good. All right, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Fire Talk. For Josh Fisher and Curtis Gulledge, I'm Drew Watson. Go Fire.